How do you deal with an illness when training? Now, I think this is a situation we can all resonate with, where we're going about our business day to day, putting in the effort in pursuit of our goals, and really feel like we're getting somewhere. We're actually building momentum. We see that level of our current capability and feel like breaking through it is just within our reach. Everything's going great and it's only a matter of time. This week or next week we'll have broken through that glass ceiling, as it were, and we'll have reached a new level of competence, and we'll be able to feel that feeling of fulfillment that comes with having conquered something that was previously beyond ourselves. But then, boom, we come down with a cold, and it's just incredibly infuriating in that situation, because we feel the drain on our energy that it is, and the fact that we can no longer bring 100% intensity to our activities. But at the same time, it's not so completely debilitating that we feel the need to just stop. It's that really annoying, halfway house between I'm not ill enough just to completely stop, but on the other hand, I'm not at 100%, and it leaves us with that choice of, do we try to be the hero and power through, get done what needs to be done? Time is precious and we cannot waste it. Therefore, resting is just not an option. Or on the other hand, do we just allow ourselves to stop, just, listen to our body and give it the opportunity to fight whatever illness we're fighting with full force? Now, if you're like me at all, then normally you'll go for the former option. You will choose to be the hero, power through, and it's just a case of, I've just got to be stronger than this illness. It will go away at some point. Let's just keep going. But so many times in that scenario, I've just prolonged the amount of time that I haven't been able to bring my full self to the activities that I'm trying to do. And there comes a point a week or two later where I'm still feeling the effects of this illness, that I just still can't quite bring that 100% to this. The thought then starts to enter my head of, actually, at this point, had you actually just stopped entirely, done the absolute bare minimum of what you've got to do on a day-to-day basis, and just allowed your body to rest and recuperate otherwise, then you'd be over this and you'd probably be back to fighting at 100%. And that is why now I'm the advocate of the other option of just stopping entirely, doing just what needs to be done on a daily basis. But other than that, putting your full intention into recovery. If you're feeling unenergetic and lethargic, just lying in bed and resting, whether that's closing your eyes or not, just trying to use as little energy as possible so your body can get on with fighting this illness. And I found that the one time I just allowed myself to do this, I recovered so quickly. It was almost gone within 2 days. And had I given my full self on that first day to recovery, rather than trying to power through a little bit, then it may have been faster still. So I really think in those times where we come down with an illness, we've just got to stop. We've got to listen to our bodies that are telling us, we're trying to do too much. Sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes you pick you pick up an illness from someone else where you've just been unlucky. It's not what you're doing. You've just come down with something passed on from someone else. But putting the amount of effort that we're putting into training, it does mean that we're tired, and allows our reduces our immune system just that little bit to enable illnesses to get its grip on us just that little bit than if it's not the case. So I really think in those situations it's important just to put your full focus into recovery, so then over the long term you don't lose out as much, because by trying to power through, you do have that, by trying to power through, you get the gains in the short term, you keep it going over the short term, but over the long term it's not necessarily the winning strategy, because by just allowing yourself to recover, and putting your full focus into said recovery, you bring yourself to full strength a lot more quickly, and then you can go back to hitting things, hitting your training as hard as you can, much quicker. And often with training, it's not, there's a fine balance between volume and intensity depending on whatever your sport is, and where you're trying to build that competence. It's getting that balance right, and often it's the intensity side of things that you need to be able to improve and push through. Just doing the same, just putting in the volume at the same level of intensity isn't going to progress you at times. It's you need to put in that little bit of added intensity, and that's what's going to break you through. Therefore, when dealing with illness, strongly advocate just go for recovery. It's frustrating, having to stop, especially when we've built up so much momentum, but over the long term it's much more of a winning strategy. Hey guys, it's David. Did you enjoy today's video? If you did, please may I ask of you 3 favours. The first is to like today's video. This really helps me to understand whether you've enjoyed it or taken something away from it, and therefore should produce more content just like it. The second is to subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube, and like/follow my page if you're on Facebook. This means that you'll be the first to receive any new content that I produce. Finally, please share this video with your family and friends, especially if you found it helpful. This really helps me to get my message out there in front of many people as possible, and therefore I'd greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you for watching today's video, and I invite you to stick around to check out some more.